Casey's Top 40.
Casey's Top 40 is heard in the 50 states and around the world every week on great radio stations like today's Best Music, 92 Pro FM, Providence, Rhode Island. New Music First, Best Music Always, CK 105.5, Flint, Michigan. The all-new Magic 1380, Brownwood, Texas. And today's Best Music, Island 106, Panama City, Florida. Now, rolling in at number 32, here's the second of this week's three debuts. It's the current number one on the alternative rock chart, Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind.
I'm packed and I'm holding, I'm smiling, she living, she golden, she lives for me. Says she lives for me, ovation, oh, motivation. She comes round and she goes down to me.
Casey's Top 40.
I'm Casey Kasem, and rising 2 notches to 18 on Casey's Top 40 is Third Eye Blind, a band that doesn't leave anything to chance. For their self-titled debut CD, singer Stephan Jenkins says, "We control everything from the making of the video to our cover art. What you see is Third Eye Blind, not some manufactured concept," unquote.
Casey's Top 40.
I'm Casey Kasem. Falling a notch to number 9 is Third Eye Blind. Lead singer Stephan Jenkins says some people find touring stressful, but not him. He says going on tour is like a vacation because the tour manager tells me where I need to be and I show up, unquote.
Casey's Top 40.
Wherever you are and wherever you go, you can hear Casey's Top 40 every week on great radio stations like Monticello's own KHBM, Monticello, Arkansas. And climbing 4 notches to number 5 on Casey's Top 40 is Third Eye Blind. Lead singer Stephan Jenkins says for him, music is exalting and intoxicating, and he hopes his music intoxicates others.
Casey's Top 40.
And dropping 2 notches to 18 on Casey's Top 40 is Third Eye Blind, a group that's still riding high on the success of their album, Third Eye Blind. But that doesn't mean that they've been resting. Singer Stephan Jenkins says they'll probably tour in support of that album throughout 1998. And after that, well, Stephan says the band has already written enough new songs for their next 2 albums.
Casey's Top 40.
I'm David Perry for Casey Kasem. Climbing 2 notches to number 12 on Casey's Top 40 is the San Francisco band Third Eye Blind. Stephan Jenkins says they were inspired by the punk music of the late 70s. Quote, "We're all the sons of Johnny Rotten," unquote.
American Top 20. Top 20.
I'm Casey Kasem. These are the 20 hottest hits in the USA. Holding steady at number 8 is Third Eye Blind. Lead singer Stephan Jenkins is a 1983 graduate of Gunn High School in Palo Alto. And below his yearbook photo is the phrase, "Success. All it takes is all you've got."
Casey's Coast to Coast.
From Hollywood, this is Casey Kasem. Climbing a notch to number 7 is Third Eye Blind. Lead singer Stephan Jenkins says singing in front of thousands of people doesn't scare him. What really frightens him is letting his feelings out in the songs he writes.
American Top 20.
I'm Casey Kasem. Radio stations play him, Radio and Records ranks him, and AT20 counts him down. Rising 2 notches to number 5 is Third Eye Blind. Lead singer Stephan Jenkins says he was always focused on a music career and only on a music career for a reason. Quote, "I've struggled for a long time, but I've always done what I wanted. I've never had a fallback job because I was scared I would fall back."
American Top 20.
Holding steady at number 5 is Third Eye Blind. Lead singer and songwriter Stephan Jenkins has an interesting perspective on life. Quote, "I see the humor in the dark situations, and when things are really going bright and cheery, I always see skeletons in the dark corners."
The hits from coast to coast.
Well, now we're up to the latest hit for Third Eye Blind, a band whose drummer is also the group's web designer. And he says reading the band's email is, quote, "a humbling experience." Brad Hargreaves is the drummer for Third Eye Blind, but he's also a skilled website designer. And it's Brad who designed the group's website, which is named 3eb.com. As a designer, he also likes to check in on the site to see what the fans are up to. One of the things he checks are the many emails sent to the band. And for Brad, it's been an astonishing experience. He says, quote, "It's amazing to see how a song really affects someone's life. He's talking about songs like Jumper, which is about suicide, or 10 Days Late, which is about a teenage boy's reaction to the news that his girlfriend is pregnant. Brad says, I'm always shocked at how profound an effect our songs can have, even to the point of saving someone's life. It's just a humbling experience for us. This week, the band that's been humbled by their fans has survey song number 17 on American Top 40, Third Eye Blind with Never Let You Go. That's Stephan Jenkins, Orion Salazar, Brad Hargreaves, and Tony Fredianelli. Third Eye Blind with Never Let You Go.
America's Top Hits.
4 years ago this week, one of the top hits in the USA was How's It Gonna Be? By a band whose leader says he failed music when he was in school. His teachers declared him unteachable. I'll have details and that top hit after this.
America's Top Hits.
4 years ago this week, one of the top hits in the USA was by a band whose leader says he failed music when he was in school. Stephan Jenkins is the lead singer of the band called Third Eye Blind, one of the hottest acts of the 90s. You might assume their lead singer was a natural musician. Instead, Stephan says that when it comes to formal music training, he's always been a failure. He says one of the classes he had to take was band. In band, he was given a trumpet, but as Stephan says, reading the notes didn't work out very well for me. Stephan was given one instrument after another, but he says he just couldn't play anything. And when he failed as a drummer, his teachers gave up on him. Stephan says, everybody said I was pretty much unteachable. Well, he learned about music someplace, because 4 years ago this week, his band, Third Eye Blind, had one of the top hits in the land.
Counting down the hits with Kasem.